All right, triumphant return from Boston. What an incredible time. And before I say anything else, extra special thanks to the Nutters for welcoming me into your home all weekend and making me feel like family as well. So, friends for life, I believe we have on our hands, and thanks for an incredible time. All right, today, Buffalo Tom, Taillights Fade for Ginger Penguin, because of course, Pearl Jam played it with Bill Janovitz at Fenway on Sunday, and this is a nice little ease back into it because it's been a couple of days. Ready? Here we go. The whole song is 4 chords. Yes. E minor, A minor, D, and G. E minor, open 2-2, open, open, open. A minor, starting on the A string now, open 2-2-1, open. D, starting on the D string now. Notice the E minor starts with the E string, the A minor starts with the A string, and the D chord starts with the D. That rule is the rule I call the rule, which is to say, if it's an E, an A, or a D chord, the lowest string you strum is the string with the name of the chord. So E chord, E string, A chord, A string, D chord, D string, and the last chord is G. 3, 2, open, open, 3, 3. There's some fanciness to it. Ready? For our E minor, we are going to strum down, 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 up. Mental comma. For our A minor, we are going to strum, yep, down, down, up, up. Got it? For our D, we're going to strum the same as the A minor, down, down, up, up. And for our G, we're gonna sort of almost just pluck the bass note being the lowest note of a chord. So for G, by the way, the other part of the rule is if it's anything other than an E, an A, or a D chord, mind you that works for any E, any A, and any D chord. If it's anything other than those, you strum the fattest string with a finger on it. So for G, of course, it's the E string, because we have a finger on the E string. We'd be wasting our time to not strum it. I digress. G, you're going to pluck the bass note, and then you're going to strum the rest of the chord down, up, and then we're going to change our bass note from the 3rd fret to the 2nd fret. Now this represents a G with an F sharp in the bass. Everything about the chord is G, except for the bass note, which is now becoming an F sharp, which is what that note is, the 2nd fret of the E string, E, F, F sharp. Anyways, you do the same thing. So our G is bass note, strum, strum, bass note, strum, strum. And there's just a little more fanciness. Ready? Okay. E minor, down, 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 up. Switch to A minor, and for our strumming pattern, which was down, down, up, up. On those up, ups, you're going to change the B string from 1 to open. So down, 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 up, down, down, up, up. Sounds just like the song, right? Cool. On the D, we're going to do the A minor strumming pattern, recall. Down, down, up, up. But those 2 ups are going to be plucks on the E string and the B string. And that's that motion that you hear. Now we have... There we go. There were some variations. I went around the internet, of course, and looked at several versions of Mr. Bill. Not that Mr. Bill. the Buffalo Tom Bill doing it. And here's some other cool things you can do. Okay, E minor. But you can play it as an E minor 7, which is going to be E minor with these 2 fingers now. And then put these 2 fingers like you're playing G. So pinky string on the baby E finger and ring string on the B finger. And then do E minor here. That's an E minor 7 because this D note, that's the 3rd fret of the B string, is the note that makes E minor and E minor 7. Every single every single minor 7 chord is made of the minor chord plus the note, which is 2 half steps or 1 whole step. Those two concepts are synonymous. Lower than the root. So E's here, right, on the 7th fret of the A string, and 2 frets down is D. That's the minor 7. So this D here is the minor 7 the same way. And G, this E string 3rd fret, is the same G. That's the open G string in our E minor chord. So G doesn't change anything, but we can go. So our new E minor 7 chord. Now, you can leave your pinky finger and do your A minor chord, that G, whereas it was a regular note in our E minor chord, is the note that makes A minor 7. A minor 7, because here's A, right? 5th fret of the E string, 2 frets lower is G. So now if we add that, this is another way to play A minor 7. And you can still do your... and then switch to your D regular, but instead of... we're going to go and make it a D suspended 4 with our pinky finger on the E string 3rd fret. And then we're going to do G just how we did. So that one looks like this. And you can kind of mix them up, you know, however you want. Pick the variations and throw them in, or don't, or do, or don't. There's no more options there. Okay, but the last thing that I wanted to mention was, now do E minor 7 this way. So we're going to do A string 2nd fret, and then these two, how they were. And now we have an open D string, so there's 2 Ds in this chord, still just an E minor 7. There's nothing else to call it. This is a long rant about 4 chords, but I just thought I'd throw anything at all in there for you to consider. Now, from here, take your pinky finger off, it's going back on, and put your middle finger on the E string 2nd fret. You hear that in the recorded version too. There's 2 guitars. One guy's playing the regular old chords, and one guy's playing like the the chords with these in them, the Wonderwall chords, if you will. Right? E minor 7, middle finger E string 2nd fret, E string 3rd fret for a regular E minor 7. Great, there's only one more thing to say, and that's the chorus. And the chorus is the exact same 4 chords, but twice as slow. Not twice as slow, with the chords lasting twice as long. Twice as slow would be like strumming half as fast, right? We're not going to do that. And for strumming pattern here, do whatever you want, but here's a neat exercise. Try it, we're going to alternate like big strums and little strums, so it'll be... oh, it starts on E minor. E minor. Big, small, big, small, big, small, big, small. And you still do your 1, 2, 3, 4. With our, also I did that backwards. Big, small, big, small, big, small, big, small. That's a good way to do it. Or you can do whatever, you know, strumming pattern is your favorite. You could be all... It's always good to have like one strumming pattern that like you're really good at, that you can just do, because that makes learning all the other strumming patterns quite a bit easier. But just as sort of a coordination exercise, and also because it fits really well with this song, try the big small thing. Starts on E minor. Notice the small is just like a little flick. It's like you just kind of get whatever you get. It doesn't matter much. All the notes are right. If you don't strum the right amount of strings, it's okay. So big, small, big, small, big, small, big, small, big, small, big, small for the chorus. So then that transition from verse to chorus would be all... solo would be an E minor pentatonic. 12, 15, 12, 14, 12, 14, 12, 14, 12, 15, 12, 15, or cool, you do play those notes. You can do whatever you want. Or the cool thing about E minor pentatonic is since 12 is the octave, you can go open 3, open 2, open 2, open 2, open 3, open 3. That's also the E minor pentatonic scale. And I thought it was funny because Bill is a really good soloist. If you look at different versions of this song, how very in sort of the background the solo was in the recorded version. But anyways, that's neither here or there. And yeah, we're still here, but it's time to go. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for being here. And I will see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.